Do you know Washington is broken? I know you do. Let's look at why Washington is broken. During the 2012 election cycle, Lynn Westmoreland took in over $600,000 from special interest lobbyists, ranging from big bank and liquor distributors to insurance lobbyists. Where do I get that figure? The Federal Election Commission. What you see behind me is the 2012 summary report for the Westmoreland campaign. $608,000 circled in red and yellow is the other committee's contribution total. Looking at the list of each contribution, red highlights are outside the district and yellow are inside. Only 7 were inside the district. They total $3,250. By the way, all of those contributions are from lower level politicos learning the pay for influence game. That leaves $605,000 in out-of-district special interest lobby money. Bribery. Legal, but bribery just the same. Washington is not listening to you because they are busy doing the bidding of the lobbyists. This Town, the #1 bestseller by Mark Leibovitz, explains how Jack Quinn and Ed Gillespie would go on the political TV shows debating on opposite sides, then became partners in the lobbying game. When Mark asked Jack how that happened, Jack responded, Ed was in on the joke, that everyone in Washington is a patriot. The Washington establishment is gaming us. The game they're playing is more like the WWF than the NFL. December 2013, Westmoreland votes to pass the continuing resolution, cutting military retirement pay, double taxes on airline tickets, increase spending, and continue funding Obamacare, including abortion funding. Now, they voted 40 show votes to repeal Obamacare. They had no effect on the law, but 10 votes to pass the continuing resolution funded it. They knew it all the time. In 2005, H.R. 6, the Energy Policy Act, Westmoreland votes to ban oil and gas drilling in or under any of the Great Lakes. Why? Special interest lobby. 2007, Westmoreland co-sponsors the bill with Maxine Waters to expand a subprime mortgage. On that bill, every other Republican in Georgia voted against it. Why would he vote for it? Looking at his financial filing that every House member has to file with the Clerk of the House, you will see that he was in debt between $1 and $5 million on residential real estate lots. Would expanding the subprime mortgage help him and his partners? Yes, undeniably it would. Now, the national debt is over $17 trillion. During Westmoreland's time in office, he has voted for almost $10 trillion of that debt. He does not have the ability to get out of debt in his own business. How could he have the ability to help the country get out of debt? In the late 1990s, I was in the former Soviet Union on short-term missions. We were distributing food to the starving orphans and retirees. The reason they were starving was the government had destroyed the money on purpose to steal the wealth of the people. By printing money and using it for government programs, they destroyed the value of the money that everyone had saved in the bank. The headline of the Moscow Times read, $1 million roofs. The article explained that the government was taking the money and shredding it, mixing it with tar and making roofing with it. Only the government can take 2 products of value, paper and ink, and make something worthless. In 1988, my business suffered a tremendous fire that left me so badly in debt that my banker told me it would be easier to bankrupt and start over than dig my way out. Instead of bailing, with my employees' help and working with the creditors, we paid off all those debts and built a new building all debt-free. We can do the same thing as a nation, but it will take proper skills leading us. With over 30 years as a small business owner, I have those skills of making payrolls, balancing budgets, and dealing with bureaucratic government, and getting out of debt. I grew up on bases all over the world under the watchful eye of military men and women serving this nation. They taught me to love this country and showed me what true service really was. On Andrews Air Force Base outside Washington, my father was in the 89th Squadron, serving on Air Force One. I knew my dad worked for the President. He was right there when the casket holding Kennedy was unloaded from the plane. I wondered as a child, would my dad still have a job if his boss was killed? Dad shared great wisdom with me and a love of reading. I don't get starry-eyed around politicos because I grew up with a father that was near them and he shared what they were really like. Lincoln said, you can fool most of the people some of the time and some of the people most of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Are you tired of being fooled by politicos? Be encouraged, because I am. In the late 1980s, I was part of a legal team flying around the eastern United States defending patriots in constitutional law cases, sometimes in city, county, state, and even federal court. We called it loser law because no jurors knew the Constitution and judges ignored it. Now hundreds of thousands of Americans are studying the Constitution online, and many more are holding classes on the Constitution. That's what the founders envisioned when they printed the Federalist Papers and distributed them to the people. The Constitution starts with we the people. We are the sovereigns in this great nation. Americans are waking up and taking our responsibilities seriously. Do as Peter Schweitzer says in his book of the same name. Throw them all out, then replace them with real servants of the people. That is why I wear this pin, we the people, over my name tag, not below it or beside it, because you are the sovereigns. God bless you and God bless America.